We are dealing with workshop 1. We are dealing with trials in the High Court. Remember, we have been looking at trials in the Chief Magistrate's Courts. Now we shall be looking at trials in the High Court. So the file we have is on murder. Basically, if you can look at the statement of the witness, Matov Ibrahim, we also have the statement of the witness, Mageran Amos. Then also we have a statement of another witness, Rosaline, and then statement of the investigating officer and the statement of the accused. So I will just run to the questions. One we have, assume that you are a resident, Chief Anthony, and the above file has been submitted to you by the police for perusal. Peruse the case file and do the following: identify the offenses. So basically here we have the murder. We shall be evaluating murder, and we have the case of course, Christopher Okello Onyum versus Uganda. Uganda versus Christopher Okello Onyum. Now it's one of the recent decisions which can help us really to establish the ingredients of murder. Assume the evidence is sufficient to sustain the charges. Rough necessary documents. For the High Court, we have the summary of evidence as well as an indictment. Assume you are the Chief Magistrates and Chief State Attorney, by overall play have the accused persons committed to the High Court for trial. So basically, under Section 168 of the TIA, we have to do committal proceedings. I think Section 168 of the Magistrate Courts Act, we have to do committal proceedings, where basically we read the charges on the accused, and then we go ahead to commit them to the High Court for trial, in light of the fact that the Chief Magistrate has no jurisdiction to try capital offenses. Assume that you are an advocate in private practice and have been approached for relief by abandoned relatives. Advise the remedy available, and after necessary documents, here we shall be applying for bail under Article, of course, 28.3a, presumption of innocence, Section 15 and 16 of the TIA. You have to prove exceptional factors, including age, consent from the DPP, among others. Assume that you are State Attorney drafted the document in response. This is an affidavit in reply. Assume that you are the registrar. Organize the hearing, basically under the Administration of Justice Act. The registrars have powers to conduct the hearing session, including establishing the cause list. Then from the cause list, going to after the cause list, they definitely have to, of course, put it on a notice board, inform the council, and they set the hearing date. ESCO issues, avoiding conflict of interest, among others. So as far as workshop 2 is concerned, by the end of the workshop, you should be able to institute and handle cases before the High Court, handle preliminary hearings before the High Court, tender in exhibits before the High Court, and prepare and receive lead evidence of victims of the crime. So here we have the statement of the complainant, Kombucha Small. I wish to state that the above particulars are mine, and I wish to state as follows. It was on 21st around 6 p.m. while I was leaving the funeral service. I met the suspects on the way at Namangasa in Mengo village. We moved together on the road for some distance, conversing. He was a bit in front of me, and I was following him slightly from behind. We continued walking. Then he told me that this year it has rained a lot and that people have lost their crops. When we were walking with him, we reached a certain place, and I started fearing for my life. I feared because I just turned and looked at me. He got hold of me, and he opened his eyes widely. I noticed that he was smelling alcohol, and he said that, "Today you are dead. I'm going to kill you." I told him, "Don't kill me, sir. I had a phone and handkerchief. I offered those, and I told him to take them and spare my life." He told me that he was just joking and that he did not want what I was offering to him. He said that he wanted me and my life. He even pulled out money from his pocket and showed me, and said that he did not want my phone because he had a lot of money to buy one of if he wanted. I was scared. He grabbed my hand and pulled me toward the bush. At that point, I had to accept. He removed my knickers, threw them into the bush, and did what he wanted. It was around 7 p.m. After he used me, he refused to let go. He told me that from today onward, I have loved you and you are now my wife. So basically, this is a rape. We can see workshop 2, we are dealing with the rape. So when I go to the questions. One, assuming that the case has been committed for trial before the High Court, and the Deputy Registrar listed the file trial as St. Anthony, and accuses the council informs that this client is willing to enter a compromise without going through a full trial. Demonstrate the practical steps that you would take to effect the compromise. So basically, how we shall be looking at pre-bargaining and the process of pre-bargaining, and how we can get a pre-bargaining and we can sign a pre-bargaining agreement. Assuming the position of a judge, the High Court constitutes the court in a criminal session by way of demonstration, proceed to take and record a plea of not guilty. Here we shall be governed by the case of Adan versus R on how to record a plea of not guilty. And also, I think you saw the decision in Uganda versus Okello Onyum. Assuming you're a judge of the High Court and during the preliminary hearing, you have been informed by the defense that his client does not intend to object to PF24. So this PF24 now can be, we can have the preliminary hearing, and this PF24 can be admitted in a preliminary hearing. Assuming that you are before the High Court session as State Anthony and Defense Anthony, proceed to receive lead evidence and cross-examine the victim. So here we shall cross-examine the victim, Kombucha Small. Remember that State Anthony, Kombucha Small is the PW1 of the state. So assuming that you are before a High Court as State Anthony and Defense Anthony, proceed to respectively read and cross-examine. So the state will examine in the chief, the defense will cross-examine. We are governed by section, I think, 139, 140, 141, and 142 of the Evidence Act. Assuming the role of the State Anthony, after reading the evidence of the witness, you conclude that the evidence is sufficient to sustain the preferred charges due to lack of proper identification of the accused. Prepare an opinion for the DPP to terminate proceedings. So here we can see that the DPP under Article 120 has powers to withdraw or terminate proceedings where there is a lack of evidence. So basically we shall be governed by that. And here in the High Court we can have to use a nolle prosequi, which is basically used for termination of proceedings. In High Court, nolle prosequi; in the Chief Magistrate's Courts, a withdrawal form. ESCO issues not overcharging clients, among others. So basically that is it. That's what we shall be looking at in criminal procedure workshop. We wish you success in your IAs.